Today at home, Miss John, I've just been sitting here at the table. I've been going through some picture albums. This whole book here is just dedicated to my mom and my daddy. And of course, I'm going through and going down memory lane because this is what we call Mother's Day weekend. And it's such a happy occasion for everybody that their mother's living and get to go celebrate with them. And I hope you do pause to appreciate your mother today. Mine's been gone now. See, I can't even hardly talk to her without kind of getting a little weepy. 19 years. But, oh my goodness. She lived 72 years. And we had the most wonderful mother. This picture here, I don't know if you can see it good or not, but that's mother and me and my two brothers. I cherish this picture here. And of course, here she is. This is a beautiful picture right here. Before she had her stroke. At age 68, she had a stroke. But I'm sitting here thinking about all of our years as a child. Oh my goodness. She loved us so very much. She worked so hard in the cotton mill now. That was hard work. To see that we had everything we needed. My mom and my daddy did too. Worked in the cotton mill. They worked hard seeing that we had everything that we needed, too much that we wanted. But anyway, I'm especially remembering Mama. Everybody that knowed her would talk about how kind she was. And of course, she was so beautiful. In fact, we'd be off places and people would say, well, Miss Jones, that's your sister? Of course, it ticked me, you know, back then. And she'd just strut. But anyway, she was a beautiful lady. But she loved us, Lordy mercy. She loved to have fun with us. Both of my brothers, if they were sitting here with me, they'd say she liked to play ball with us. We'd get out there in the front yard and get out the ball and the bat, and she'd get out there and hit it and run just like the rest of us. And just play and take us to the beach and play in the sand with us, and I mean over here to the lake and stuff. And just, she was a hands-on mother. She loved it. She waited 8 years to have me, and then she had my brother and my other brother, and she was tickled to death to finally have children. And she gave us her all. She really did. She could take nothing, absolutely, and turn it into something. Didn't matter what it was. If it was cooking, I learned all my cooking from her. She could stretch it. She loved hospitality. I guess that's why I love hospitality and company so much. Everybody always gathered in at our house. All for her family, they'd all gather in there on Sundays, have the biggest dinner ever. And she could just take nothing and add to it, and it'd be enough in the pot to feed everybody. And Lordy mercy, when grandchildren come along, I'm telling you what now, she thought that they hung the moon. And I had a long time with infertility, and I'd get 11 years, in fact, before we had our daughter. And I'd get so disheartened and cry and just want to give up, and she never gave up. There was times when I wanted to give up, but she never did. She'd always show up. She always know just exactly what to say to me. She would encourage me, and next thing you know, we'd just be laughing and carrying on. Oh, she was my junking buddy. We could go find more bargains and bring in here and tell Ricky exactly why we needed them, you know. But oh my goodness. And she loved home decorating, picture hanging, and I can look around here in my house now and I think, well, oh, I remember the day that Mama come over and we hung that together, and or look outside at some of my flowers. Oh, Mama give me that. And I remember when we planted them together. So see, your memories, when you love somebody and you had somebody that loved you deeply like our mother loved us, you don't ever get over it. No matter if they've been gone 19 years, that love is way down deep in your heart. I'll try to get off of being so weepy, because this was my daughter's idea. She said, well, Mama, you want to look through all them books and remember Granny, why don't you let me film it for your YouTube friends? So I don't know if we'll put this out there or not, because I'm getting too emotional. But anyway, if you had a mother that loved you, you had a treasure, don't even worry about having a lot of money in this life and a lot of things, because if you had the love of a mother down deep, you had gold, you had silver, you had a treasure that can't be put a monetary value on, okay? I can remember one night though in the kitchen, us kids, me and my two brothers, I don't know why we just had one chocolate milk, them little cartons, you know. And I don't know why we didn't divvy it out in the cup, but it was like, you take a drink, I take a drink. You take a drink, I take a drink. We had been taking a drink, passing it around. I guess there wasn't much in it. We got down to that last sip, I think is the proper word. And we was fussing over, who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? You know, and anyway, well, she said, I know just how to settle that. And we're standing there, and she takes that chocolate milk, and she turns it up and drinks it right there in front of us. And we was going, Mama, you drunk our chocolate milk, the lights up. But anyway, she settled it for us, and we was ticked at her for a few minutes. But we laugh about it now when we get together, which is rare because my brother lives in Texas, one of them does. But when we get together, we go through all these books of pictures, and we talk about every one of them and all the memories that we have. And that chocolate milk story, it always comes up. I can remember one time when she's going to threaten to whip us. She's always shaking her finger at us and saying, I'm going to whip you. I'm going to whip you. Now, I mean it now. I'm going to whip you. So Tony, he's a little, I don't know, he'd done something. And she had him back there on the back porch. And I mean, she was giving him the third degree and right in his face. And said, now, Tony, I'm so disappointed in you. Why you done this? I just can't believe it. And you know you ain't supposed to do that. And oh, she's had that finger, beep, 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 beep. And he reached up and bit the end of her finger. Well, she got tickled. She got tickled because he bit the end of her finger. That's the end of it. He didn't get in no trouble nor nothing. And we always bring that story up too when we get together, how Tony could always weasel out of anything, but she was really fixing to get him really good. But instead, he bit that finger, and she couldn't catch her composure good enough to carry on with her reprimand, and she got tickled, and she just fell down laughing at that. But anyway, and she loved to scare us. You think, oh, your mother loved to scare you, that's bad. No, she just, like, she'd have supper cooked. This is an old-time house. We had them screen doors. You probably don't even know what that is, but a screen door. And we'd be sitting at the table, and she'd have slipped out to get something. We didn't know it, and we'd have our backs to the screen door, sitting at the table eating. Well, she'd slip around the house and come up on that screen door and scratch it real quick. And you talk about kids jumping. We jumped like we'd been shot. And then there she was out there, just a wah, and then laughing at us. But anyway, she loved to pull little pranks on us. Just we got all kind of memories. I wish Tony and Jeff was here today. They could tell you a whole bunch more. But I want you to know that I don't think I appreciated her enough when I was growing up and got to be a teenager. You know, you think you know everything. And of course I knew nothing, but in your head you think you do. But anyway, in rambling through all my pictures and my memories here of Mama, I found this letter that I wrote her back in 1977. Okay, in 77, oh, I don't know how old I was, about 20 years old, I guess. And when she got this letter, she toted it to the mail, showed it to all her friends. I didn't know how much it meant for her to have something. It was in my own handwriting. And I mailed it to her because I had been married about 4 years. So I guess I was 22. I married at 18. And I just had her on my mind. And I wrote her this letter and mailed it to her about how much I appreciated all she done for us. I'll read it to you. I said, Dear Mother, I just wanted to write you a letter and tell you how I feel in my heart about you. I'm 22 years old now, and I feel that I have never told you how much you mean to me. Mother, I love you from the depths of my heart. I love you as much as any girl could love her mother. I would like to say thank you for all the times that you cared for me, you prayed for me, scolded me, for I know that helped mold me into the person that I am today. I pray to God that I can be half the woman and mother that you are.
At this time, I didn't have any children. You are so patient, kind, and loving. Life is too short for me to keep all of this to myself and not let you know about them. I know that I could never thank you enough for everything that you've done. All the years that I was at home, I never realized what a treasure of a mother that I had. I hope you will forgive me for being so thoughtless. It seems that now I'm married, there isn't enough time to visit with you. There is always somewhere to go with the church, and Ricky needs me to help him all I can with the ministry. We was a young pastor and his wife at this time, and you could stay really busy. But I want to stop here and encourage you. Don't ever get too busy to go home and see those parents, because they will not always be there. I can promise you that. So I decided to take this time and to let you know how I realized how blessed I am having a wonderful mother like you. I don't mean for this letter to make you feel sad. I know lots of parents are rich and can leave their children great riches. But mother, silver and gold cannot take the place of all the love you've given me over the years. It's the greatest gift any child can receive from her parents. I realize that now. I'm sorry that it took me so long. Mother, whenever it's your time to go, you are truly going to be missed. But I will feel better knowing that I let you know how I felt about you. And I thank God for letting me have a wonderful, loving mother like you. I love you so much. Your daughter, Joan. Well, anyway, she carried this letter around till it just got tattered. So I typed it up for her back when this is typewriter days, and laminated it. And when she come to live here after she had a stroke at 68, she lived with us 4 years after she had her bad stroke and was a bed patient. I found where she had still hung on now to this letter, every card would ever send her. Don't you give up on getting your mother a card, but they particularly now, they like handwritten notes, okay? And she had kept every one that any of us had ever sent her. She treasured them and kept them. But anyway, I was going to show you this. I read up on this today when I was rambling through my stuff. She gave me this one year for my birthday. Her birthday's 2 days ahead of mine. It said, a gift for you, and in it is her handwriting. This is filled with love. Well, I was just going to rip right into it because she'd give me this birthday present. And she said, oh, no, don't open it, Joan. Said, read what I wrote on it. So she had took this, looks like a card, and cut out the pretty part of it. Happy birthday, Joan. And it's on my birthday in '89. I didn't think much of this gift back then. But boy, after she passed on, you talk about this gift right here. I treasure it, okay? It says, to Joan, this is a very special gift that you can never see. The reason it's so special, it's just to you from me. When you are ever lonely or ever feeling blue, you only have to hold this gift and know I'm thinking of you. Never unwrap it. Please leave the ribbons tight. Just hold this box close to your heart because it's filled with love inside, Mother. To think that she took the time to sit down and curl these little ribbons. She knew she was making a box that she wanted me to keep forever. It represents that it's filled up with love. And that's what she left us, all of us, was a heart of love. I tell you what, I'm so blessed. And I don't know if I can do it or not, but I remember the year that her mother passed away in, I think it's 1981. For her Mother's Day present that year from me, I went to the piano and I just, seemed like the words just came flowing to me. And I penned those words and I sung them to her on Mother's Day. And I'm going to sing those words to you here in a minute. I hope they
bless your heart. I know they blessed mamas. I was so very blessed in my life to have a wonderful mother, a good, godly Christian example to follow. And I realize Mother's Day can be really hard for those that don't have children. You know, not everybody is a mother, but they want to be one. And good Lord hadn't opened the door for that to them yet. So we need to be sensitive to that. You may be happy and everything look rosy in your life because you've got children and you've got a wonderful Mother's Day plan, but a lot of people's hurting. They don't have it. A lot of people's hurting because their mother's gone. And the second verse of this song that I'm going to sing talks about how lots of people are sad on this day. So anyway, if I can, I'm going to go to the piano and try to sing those words to you. I had a little luncheon here at the house one day this week, and there's 6 of us, and I made every one of them a picture frame of them and their mother. They had a fit over them. They sure did. And I know those friends are thinking about their mother this weekend, like I am thinking about mine. Lord mercy. She bought me this old piano. Her and Daddy did. I was in the 3rd grade. And I remember I had one lesson. My uncle went come over there to hear what all I could play. After that one lesson, I remember I went C, D, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, C. Except nowhere near that fast. He looked at me like, my goodness, they wasted their money on you. But anyway, I'm thankful for all the upbringing that I had. And like I said, I wrote this for her the year she lost my mama. And I hope this blesses you. This Mother's Day, there is simply no way for me to say how much
sing this song for her every single Mother's Day. And since she's passed on, I'll be honest with you. There's been times when I went over to the cemetery and I stood there at her lot, knowing that she's not there, but just symbolic. But she's in heaven, I know that. Thank you, Lord, for that mother of mine. I'm so thankful. That's why I can be cheered up today, even though I kind of get a little sad. It's because I know we're going to meet again someday. I'll see her again, like I said in that song, in the sweet by and by. And what I do is, and I encourage you if you're feeling sad, and you just make the family that you've got living now, the ones you got left, make them feel special. Make them feel appreciated. Make them feel loved. And you try your best to leave a legacy like my mama left me. My daughter likes me to always sign off with, "This is At Home with Miss Joan." So I got to say that. This is At Home with Miss Joan. And I appreciate so much all of y'all tuning in, letting me go down memory lane about the best mother in the world that I had, Sweet Edna.